This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth, and I'm curious how many viewers of this channel remember the Y2K scare? Back in the year 2000, when everyone was being led to believe that computer chips all over the world were going to simultaneously malfunction at the strike of midnight on New Year's Eve on the year 2000. It was absolutely insane, and obviously nothing came of it. Nothing happened. Turns out the whole thing was just a big psychological operation that was launched just to see how human beings would react to such a scenario. And as it turns out, there was a small element of people who kind of turned into a bit of a movement known as preppers. Now, obviously, preppers existed before Y2K, but it was around that time where the mainstream of society started taking notice to this. And an interesting shift happened back then. The mainstream media started referring to these type of people here as just a fringe element of society that are conspiracy theorists who are just, paranoid about, conspiracy theories. Well, fast forward 25 years, guys, and now we're in a place where our food is being poisoned. We're having bird flu scares going around the world. Our food is GMO to heck. And prices are absolutely skyrocketing. So these preppers who were once demonized are starting to look like a heck of a lot smarter people now, especially in the face of eggflation, which is not showing any times of slowing right now. This is the Urner-Berry Egg Index. It's been tracking the price of eggs for many, many years, and it currently has it set on February 3rd, 2025 at a high of $6.65 US per dozen. And I've heard that in some states in particular, it can be upwards of $9.50 per dozen. That's US dollars, by the way. That works out to around like $13.60 per dozen eggs in Canadian dollars. Now, a lot of this is happening, the prices are going up and it's being blamed on the bird flu. You've got these poultry farms who are killing millions of chickens right now as a result of this latest bird flu outbreak. Experts are concerned that the U.S. is not prepared for the bird flu spread in humans. Dairy cows now in Nevada are testing positive for a deadly strain of bird flu. Cows now have the bird flu, ladies and gentlemen. So again, maybe people are starting to think that these people were on to something, especially now that as a result of all these things, theft of food is starting to absolutely skyrocket, and that's something we knew was coming as well. So check this out, guys. Thieves just stole 100,000 organic eggs off of a trailer in Pennsylvania. Police are scrambling. 6 people have been charged as Peel police investigate a butter theft totaling more than $60,000. In Spain, this is the destruction of a year's work. Thieves stole 200,000 euros worth of festive ham. There was the great UK cheese heist of 2024 that saw con artists making off with $540,000 in cheddar. BC police also foiled their own $12,800 cheese heist at a Whole Foods. So thieves are targeting donuts and ham and eggs and everything as these food prices are jumping up. So this begs the question, guys, is it now time to build that backyard chicken coop and garden as whole food egg prices are hitting record highs? Yeah, I would say it's beyond crunch time for something like that, ladies and gentlemen. And in fact, if you are trying to figure out how to do this and you don't know if you have the funds to be able to build something like this, well, I came across something interesting, which is this company which is offering to rent out chickens and chicken coops so you can at least give a crack at giving it a try. So I wanted to show you that today, guys. I also wanted to share with you this old interview I did with my friend Curtis Stone. They want to control the food. Will the next flu psyop be aimed at farmers? We're going to talk about all of that, guys, and much, much more in this video. But really quickly, just before we do, I'd ask that you check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate if you appreciate my efforts to bring you this info. Guys, here you can do a one-time donation with PayPal. You can do Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies by clicking there. You can sign up here or here for a monthly recurring contribution. You can send an e-transfer to Dan at pressfortruth.ca, or you can send stuff to my P.O. box, guys. Links for all of this are located in the description below. Thank you so much to everybody who takes 1 minute to support my efforts here today at Press for Truth. All right, guys, let's start with this. So someone just stole 100,000 eggs from a distribution trailer, and people are getting increasingly worried about the future. I'm sure by now you've noticed the recent egg shortage caused by bird flu that has partially skyrocketed egg prices at grocery stores nationwide. Well, the supply shortage has appeared to cause some people to take drastic measures. Pennsylvania police are currently investigating a theft at one of the state's largest egg producers, Pete and Gary's Organics. According to the authorities, thieves reportedly stole 100,000 eggs. That's worth approximately 40,000 US, which is somewhere upwards of around 50, maybe 55,000 Canadian, from the back of a distribution trailer at around 8:40 p.m. on Saturday, guys. That is a lot of eggs. And again, it's, you know, because of the bird flu scare, and it's also because of the rising prices. And again, just more vindication of the reason why you need to be setting up yourself a chicken coop, which is something we've been talking about on this channel for a long time, or at least getting into a position of being able to do that in the near future. The latest wholesale data from Urner Berry shows egg prices continuing to soar to new record highs amid an ongoing and devastating avian influenza outbreak, straining the nation's egg production hen capacity. For Zero Hedge readers, it might be time to consider buying or even building a backyard chicken coop ahead of spring, as the nationwide egg shortage is poised to worsen. And I would agree, guys, it is time to look at that. In fact, the time for looking into this was quite a while ago. But if you are considering buying or building, many of you, I'm sure, are, as I said, probably, thinking it's not necessarily something you can afford. Well, I wanted to show you this company that's offering something interesting in these tough times. And supporting your local farmers is something we should have always been doing. But I think this is a pretty cool little initiative here. So check out this little report.
Avian flu forcing farmers to euthanize millions of egg-laying hens to stop the spread, leading to less supply and higher prices. If it feels like a persistent problem, that's because it is, says Texas A&M livestock economist David Anderson.
This started in 2022, and it keeps popping up.
Trying to keep their fridge stocked, some consumers are turning to a novel idea: rent the chicken.
We bring a chicken coop with 2 to 4 egg-laying hens to someone's backyard. 2 hens lay about a dozen eggs a week, and 4 hens lay about 2 dozen eggs a week.
That's pretty cool. I mean, just to kind of get your hands dirty, dive in and start doing it. And, just to kind of see what it's going to be like, they'll bring the chicken coop and the chickens over to your house, help you set it up in your backyard, and boom, you're off to the races, having free breakfast every morning. It's fantastic.
Launched in 2013 near Pittsburgh, Rent the Chicken partners with farmers across the U.S. and Canada, offering 6-month rentals. Safety measures, Jen Tompkins says, have kept their flocks from falling ill.
We only buy from trusted flocks or from trusted sources to expand our flocks, or we raise our own. And we're not offering farm tours, for instance, and we have specific shoes for when we go care for our chickens.
Tompkins says they tend to see new customers during bird flu outbreaks, like one around 2022. That's the same year the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics shows a sharp increase in egg prices, which also shot up in 2015 during another outbreak.
Prices skyrocketed to, at that time, record highs over $5 per dozen in the wholesale market. And then the disease went away, prices came down, and we didn't have to deal with this until 2022. And so this time around, instead of happening and going away for a few years, it happens, and then it happens again, and it happens again.
Anderson anticipates record-setting egg prices before they come down near summertime. So if taking on chicken seems like the way to go, with no farm partners nearby right now, North Texans just have to drive down to Austin to pick them up.
And if it's not a good fit, they can chicken out.
Well, I gotta say that's a pretty good initiative in these trying times. A heck of a lot better than what these people are trying to do over in the UK. In a world's first, boffins rejoice as chicken grown entirely in a lab hits UK shelves. In world's first, no thank you. Chicken meat grown entirely in a laboratory is now officially on sale in the UK in what is being hailed as a world's first by its developers. The sci-fi snack, which is made without farming or killing any animals, is apparently just as tasty and healthy as the real thing. Yeah, I don't think so, folks. But again, you know, going after the farmers is really what this is all about. So if you have not seen my interview with Curtis Stone from last summer, make sure you check this one out. Henry Kissinger once said, "Who controls the food supply controls the people. Who controls the energy controls whole continents, and who controls money controls the world." Kissinger knew that in order to be able to control the people, you must be able to control the food. And the current march towards their desired levels of total control are well underway. But what will that mean for small-time farmers? In this video, Dan Dicks of Press for Truth speaks with Curtis Stone about the planned monopolization of food, monopolization of food, how the powers that ought not be may be attempting to achieve total control over food, and most importantly, what you can do right now to ensure that you and your family won't be left starving and begging for scraps from the government table. Again, a very important interview for you guys to see. If you have not seen that one, I'll put a link in the description, because me and Curtis not only talk about everything that we're now seeing pop up again now in the news, but we also, more importantly, talk about the solutions that you and your family need to start working towards as more and more of these, you know, avian flu, cow flu, you know, pandemics are going to come as they continue to try to control our food. So just wanted to bring all of this to your attention, guys. Once again, if you do appreciate my efforts to do so, don't forget to check me out right here at pressfortruth.ca/donate. Again, you can click that top link in the description of whatever video platform you happen to be watching this on today. And that's all for today, guys. I want to thank you once again for tuning in. Please click that thumbs up button, share this video, and stay tuned, guys. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.